Hello class, I welcome you all in our class 4th of chapter 2 Indicators of Growth and Development. In previous class we have studied about what is development and what is growth. Then we focused on indicators. In that first indicator was national income, and in today's class we are going to learn the second indicator of development, that is growth rate of per capita income. Here we will learn per capita income as an indicator, then its tabular explanation and limitation. Today's class we are going to cover indicator, that is per capita income, its tabular expression and its limitation. Now what is per capita income? How we can measure per capita income, its growth rate as an indicator. Per capita income is an average income per head. Now what is meaning of per capita income? It is per head average income, per head average income, then per head average income. Then per capita income is gross national income of a country divided by the population of that country. National income, gross national income divided by population of the country. Second definition is gross national income divided by population of particular country. This indicator takes into account the population of the country too, and hence per capita income as an indicator is superior to the national income as an indicator. Here in per capita income, national income is also taken into consideration, and beside national income, we take per capita income as an indicator. So it is superior. Why? Because it is covering this national income also. In first indicator, only national income as an indicator was there, its growth was there. In second indicator, we are considering national income plus per capita income. So it is superior to this first indicator. The experts of United Nations Organization have recommended per capita income as an indicator of economic development. It has recommended this per capita income is the supreme than national income. Just as national income, if per capita income is high and if its rate of growth is high, it can be said that development has taken place. Now, same as national income. In national income, we saw that if national income is growing, we can say development. If national income growth is there, means it is rising at a fast rate, then we can say growth. The same way, if per capita income is also growing at a high rate, then we can say that development has taken place. In this slide, first per capita meaning is given, that is average income per head, then gross national income divided by population of particular country. Then it is said that per capita income is superior to national income. Per capita income is superior to national income as an indicator. Next point is saying United Nations is also recommended that per capita income is superior as an indicator. Last point is saying that if per capita income is high, then growth rate is considered as high and development is seen. Now moving to the next slide. Next slide is saying about the thing which we saw in development. We saw that here rate of national income was there, and here rate of development was there. The same type of thing here in this per capita income is there. Here per capita income and here development. Now if per capita income is rising at a faster rate, then we can say that development is fast. If per capita income grows at a slower rate, then we can say development is slow. If per capita income is constant, we can say that development is stagnation or development is at pause. Development is pause means development is not moving further or not going down. If per capita income falls, then the development is termed as negative. The ultimate objective of economic development is to improve the standard of living of the people and to raise the human development, which the best indicator is per capita income. Now, what is the ultimate objective of development? As we saw, development means what? Development means all over sector there is development, means standard of living of people should increase. If standard of living of people is increasing, then we can term that per capita income will be a best indicator. If standard of living is improving, then only we can term that it is best indicator. If development does not improve the standard of living in real sense, it cannot be called as development. If standard of living is not improving, then we cannot term development. We cannot say that it is development. Hence, per capita increases leading to physical betterment of the people is considered to be a good indicator. Means per capita income is increasing what? Physical betterment of human being, means human being standard is increased due to per capita income. Now, how it is improved? Per capita income means individual person is getting more income. Average income of individual is more. If income is more, then they will move to first which type of goods? They will move to first necessity goods. Then they will move to comfort goods. And last they will move to luxurious goods. This way their standard of living will improve. So if it is improving, standard physical betterment is there, then it is a very good indicator. Rise in per capita income improves physical welfare of an individual, and hence it is the real indicator of economic development. Here it is a real indicator. Why? Because welfare of the people or individual is increased. Let me sum up this slide. Per capita income and development. If per capita rises at a faster rate, development is fast. If per capita income grows at slow rate, development is slow. If per capita income is constant, development is stagnation. If per capita income falls, development is negative. Then here it is saying that if the standard of living of people is improving, then only we can term development. But if standard of living of people is not improving, then we cannot call it as development. Per capita income increases the physical betterment. Therefore, physical welfare of individual is improved, and we can call per capita income as a real indicator. Now we are moving with a tabular expression of per capita income as a growth rate. Tabular expression, here World Bank data is given. It's survey of 2015-16. Here countries are there. Then here per capita national income according to purchase power parity of 2014 US dollar is there, and growth rate. Now what is purchasing power parity? Purchasing power parity in normal language or in a language in which you can understand is in India and in US. This is just an example. If you want to buy one milk bag of 500 ml, then if you want to buy one milk bag of 500 ml, then in India, say for example, you have to spend 60 rupees. And if you are in US, then you have to spend only $1. This is difference, means purchasing power parity difference is there. Here value of money is only 1 and here it is 60. So here per capita income on basis of purchasing power parity is given. Norway is 64,992 and its growth rate in percentage is 1.1. America is 1.6%, Sri Lanka is 3.5%, China is 6.7%, India is 6.0% and Pakistan is 2.6%. Means what? It can be seen from the table that per capita income of India in 2014 on basis of purchasing power parity is $5,497 US, which is lower than Norway, US and China and Sri Lanka. Compared to Norway, India's per capita income is 11 to 12 times lesser. Means it is compared to Norway, it is how many times lesser? 11 to 12 times less. And hence Norway's growth is said to be higher than India's by 11 to 12 times. Means India's growth rate is less than Norway by 11 to 12 times. On the other side, Norway's growth rate is higher. अपना growth rate कम है तो नॉर्वे का बट ऑब्वियसली हाई होगा. But the growth rate of per capita income is higher in India and hence rate is faster. Means only in India. If we are considering only India, then India's per capita income is higher and India is growing at faster rate. I hope this tabular expression is clear. Now we are moving next with a limitation of growth of per capita income as an indicator. Limitation of per capita income as an indicator. First, only estimates are used. Second, difficulty in calculation. Calculation is very tedious and complex. Per capita income shows only an average. Difficulty in comparison and descriptive indicator. This all the thing I will be explaining in the next slide. Let's move on to the next slide. First one is only estimate. Only estimate is used. What is only estimate? The national income of the country, the national income of the economy is calculated almost every year and hence we get almost a correct data. Means national income's formula was what? Per capita income formula was what? Gross national income upon population of particular company. Now population we are supposed to calculate every year. If every year population is not counted, then what will be the result? The result of per capita income will not show the true picture. Okay? So that's why here the national income of the economy is calculated almost every year, hence we get almost correct data. Means every year calculation is there and we get correct data. But the population of country is not calculated every year. National income तो हर साल calculate किया जाता है. National income is calculated every year. But population is not calculated every year. So this per capita income picture we will not get clear, and this is the main limitation. But the population of country is not calculated every year. In India, population census is taken once in 10 years. See, in India only population is calculated every 10 years. That's why, hence only an approximation is taken for all other years. So per capita income data is not acquired correctly. Data we don't get properly. Why? Because the population is calculated once in a 10 year. It is not calculated every year. On the other side, we see development every year. We see development every year. Difficulty in calculation of national income and per capita income. In national income there was limitation. That first limitation was only there that it is difficult to calculate. The same way, if in national income formula is per capita income, gross national income upon population of particular company. If national incomes in national income, if there will be a trouble in calculation, then but obvious per capita income calculation also we will face trouble. Here already we have seen the difficulty in calculating national income. We have saw in first indicator. Now in second indicator, in the same way, whether per capita income should be at a current price or constant price, and their related difficulties make it difficult to know the real situation. Means what to consider, whether current price or constant price. We don't know. Per capita income is calculated on what? Both price are there. Current price means fluctuating price and constant price means like base year. Which price we are considering, it is a dilemma. So it is difficult to calculate. Third limitation per capita income shows only average. Yes, per capita income shows only average. Per capita definition was only there. It is an average income per head. Average income per head. Okay, so it is most important limitation. Per capita income shows only average income. On the basis of this average number, no decision can be taken and the stage of development of countries cannot be decided. With increase in per capita income, if equitable income distribution takes place, economic development is said to have taken place. If income distribution is unequal, it can be said that the economic development has not taken place. Due to this too, per capita income as an indicator is often deficient. Means what? Now every individual this is one of you who is looking the video. My drawing is very good. See, means what? Hence, yes. Sure. Now what it is trying to say, that every person, this is A, this is B and this is C. A, B and C are not getting equal income. So if they are not getting equal income, then per capita income as an indicator is not useful. It is the main limitation, that per capita income is not divided equally. And second, it is considering average. एवरेज लिया जाता है इन तीनों को मिला के A plus B plus C divided by 3. This average is taken. Individual's income is also not taken and individual income is also not divided properly. Next, difficulty in comparison. The per capita incomes of our different countries are expressed in their respective currency. Means all the countries' currency is different. Say for US it is dollar. Then for Dubai it is dinar, and for India it is rupees. Then for China it is yen. So all the currency differs. So it becomes difficult to calculate the per capita income. As we saw in per capita income, purchasing power parity was there, and purchasing power parity means we have to convert particular country's rupees in dollar. So it is difficult to convert, and every country's price or value of money differs. That's why it is a main limitation. The per capita income of different countries are expressed in their respective currency. It will have to be first converted into US dollar. See, first we have to convert into dollar, and then comparison can be done to find out whether economic development of country is relative high or low. Then we are seeing the development is high or low. Different countries of the world impose different control on the exchange rate, and real exchange rate cannot be known, and consequently the real comparison is not possible among the countries. Means what? It is difficult to control exchange rate. When the share market is high, share market is also affecting the exchange rate. Price of petrol is affecting the exchange rate. Demand and supply is affecting the exchange rate. So we cannot know the real exchange rate, and because of that, difficulty in comparison among the country arises. Next is descriptive indicator. Per capita income Per capita income of the country is not actual income that a citizen get. Per capita income as an indicator hides more than it reveals, and hence it is not a correct indicator. Now how per capita income is hiding the thing means we don't know. We don't know what amount A is getting, what amount B is getting, and what amount C is getting. If A is working in 3 sectors, B is working in 1 sector, and C is working in 5 sectors, then their income they might be hiding. We don't know what actual income is. If A is showing only 2 sectors income and C is showing only 2 sectors income, the rest of the sector here 1 sector and here 3 sector income is hidden. So we don't know the real picture what the citizen is getting, and that's why we don't know the real per capita income, and we don't know real per capita income, so we cannot know the actual development of a country. I hope these all points of limitation are clear. Let's sum up the things. First we saw in today's class we learn about the second indicator, that was per capita income growth rate. Per capita income growth rate as an indicator. Per capita income, what it is? It is an average income received by individual. Average income received by individual. Then gross national income divided by population. Then I show you the table form in what it was per capita income and how development is termed. If it is rising, then here it is a high development. Here if it is per capita is constant, then here it is constant. If per capita income falls, and development also falls. Then we learn that standard of living of people is only called the real development. If per capita income is showing the standard of living, then per capita income is the best indicator, and United Nations organization also recommended that per capita income is a best indicator as compared to national income. When comparison is there between national income and per capita income as indicator, you can say that per capita income is a real means best indicator. Then we saw the limitation of per capita income as an before limitation we saw tabular form, tabular expression, and at last we saw the limitation. I hope all the things are clear, and I am insisting you to read textbook twice and thrice, because I am delivering you the main crux and main funda. All the rest of the thing which are extra or which are the thing which is not main key factor, that I am not including in this my PPT presentation. So I request you to read textbook twice or thrice and do the exercise questions also on daily basis. Do the exercise question also, and if you have doubt, you are most welcome in our online session. This was all about today's class. Thank you.